In terms of response to Saturday against the Phoenix, apart from probably the first 3 or 4 minutes, that was as good as you could have hoped for.
Yeah, they came out. Jessup was tough early on, but I thought, we probably allowed him, some of the things that he does really well. So changed our scouting a little bit after the timeout, and coming out with a much greater focus. And then once we started to penetrate and put our feet in the paint, it really opened up the perimeter, and I think we made 12 threes at half time, and stretched a nice little lead out there. But it was nice to see us playing the right way, sharing the basketball and shooting it with confidence.
When Chris is shooting like he is, do either of you get a bit of a chance to enjoy it while it's happening?
Yeah, I think there was one in the corner, the opposite corner to me, that he caught above his head, that I thought that's pretty tough. But he's a great shooter and he works hard at it every day, and you expect him to have, to be shooting around that 50% mark, pretty often.
The pleasing thing was he had 25 at half time, and then he didn't score in the second half, and we still were able to pull away, which was great to see some of the other guys step up too.
Yeah, he the second half, there's a few times he spoke to me about different people that he thought, needed to contribute, and I thought Scotty Hop, really stepped up and passed the basketball incredibly well tonight, and for him to have 8 assists and still score the basketball, some great production out of him. There was good contributions all over the floor. Jock came in with a real focus tonight, and I thought he led us with some energy early on, along with Mason, and that transferred through the whole group.
What were the impressions after Saturday? What have the last 48 hours been like that you wanted to fix up tonight, and what did you like about the way you went about it?
Yeah, we were disappointed with our on-ball coverage with Sykes the other night. It's been a common thing that teams haven't come back and played their best basketball coming back from Perth, and so we want to go back and assess everything that we did post that game, and the numbers of our catapult really showed the amazing effort that we gave over there. We really gave it everything, and we weren't able to back that up. And so in finals basketball, it's going to be about how quick you can recover physically and make sure that we're switched on. But we just didn't have second and third efforts the other night, and I thought that was a much better thing tonight. If it didn't work the first time, we continued to keep playing, and you see Shay Lee diving on the floor and winning loose balls, and just some of those things in the effort side of it was much better. And then I think we had a better plan, because we really didn't get a practice before the Southeast game. We just watched video. So just having a shoot around today, getting better prepared, and it was more like going into a playoff game where you've got that one day of practice or one good shoot around to go get ready, and I thought the boys were pretty locked in and what we needed to do tonight. 6 days
now until you play again up in Brisbane. Is that a good thing for you to now freshen up a little bit, but also to work on some things?
Yeah, we need some practices. There's no doubt about that. And again, we've utilised. He was close to playing tonight, but want to incorporate him back in, and people picked up his minutes and did a good job. Sammy McDaniel and Shay Lee, especially. So we've got to, work that one back into the rotation as well. DA hasn't had too many practices with us right now. Be good for him to get, a bit more time on the practice court with the group and just a better understanding about how we all play together. So, yeah, good for us to get some practice time.
Just one for you, Dave. Yeah. How much are you enjoying, or how are you finding being back in the league, and what was it like coming back to Wollongong tonight?
Oh, it was great. It's all happened quite fast. It's been a hectic week and a half, travelling to Perth and everything. But it's been great, very exciting, and great opportunity. Obviously, jumped on it, and good to be around these bunch of guys. We've been playing well. Obviously, we had a bit of a hiccup with the Phoenix, but tonight we showed that fast-moving, high-paced kind of game that we want to play. And the one thing that stands out to me, especially looking at stats, is the assists. 27 assists for us. That's what we want. Moving the ball, getting everyone involved. I think that's a great style of basketball, and hopefully we can generate that in the future and, moving forward into the playoffs and finals.
Dean, just a quick one from me on Chris. We mentioned Chris at the start. George said on his halftime interview that Chris might have been extra motivated to perform in front of the national coach. Did you sense that tonight, and how much do you feel that it's a motivation for him?
Yeah, I challenged them tonight to say, you want to make the Olympics, you're in front of the coach, you got to go kick his ass tonight. That's got to be a motivation about how you get selected for the team. And I thought all three of those guys that are in strong consideration for the group right now put their hand up and said if I'm going to be ready if selected. So it's a massive thing to go to the Olympics, and every opportunity you can to perform and show coach that you're ready and want that opportunity, and those guys stood up.
And just on the evidence from your point of view that they put forward this season, do you feel like, I know you might be a little biased, but you feel like that be deserved for them?
Just missed that last part, say that again.
Do you think that would be deserved for them to make it to Tokyo, just from what they've been able to produce this year?
Yeah, I'm not a selector. Obviously, I thought Chris and Jock were key contributors to the last campaign, and I think they can be key contributors to this campaign as well. Mitch is always going to be on the fringe, and it'll be depending on what's required of one of those roles. And I think he's shown this year that he can lead and run a team, which I think is in his favour. When you go to international tournaments, you want to make sure that you trust point guards, and Mitch can guard multiple people. So I think there's a lot of things that he offers the team.
Thanks, Craig.
Yeah, Dave, I'll jump in with you first, mate. As a guy that's been with the team now for a couple of weeks, do you see a performance like that tonight from Jock, where the first half he was really facilitating, reading the help and finding the open shooters, and in the second half taking over from a scoring perspective? Just as a fellow big man, what do you see from him with his ability to impact the game in so many different ways?
He's great. I mean, he's got a lot of talent in his hands. He moves really well. I've said this to others, he's got all the tools he needs to be one of the premier bigs of the Australian team, and a great contributor for many years. So, I try and get in his ear and give him a few words of wisdom here and there. But, yeah, he's been performing great lately, especially of late. He's stepping up, and he did a great job stepping up tonight. He called us out, in the team huddles and stuff, and he really wanted to contribute. And I think Dean, doing what he does, he called him out too, said if you want to, get on this Olympic team, you better perform. And he jumped up to that call and responded. And, you can see he's stuffed the stat line tonight and done a real good job, and we come around with a big victory.
And Dean, you spoke about the fact that you would like some more practice time this week, and clearly most of the teams around the league haven't had as much practice time as they would have liked. But when you see a night like tonight where the ball's zipping around, everyone's playing unselfish, which is what you want. With Chris and Jock in particular, do you get the sense that they are starting to learn to play with each other, and you're seeing the chemistry between those two in particular?
Yeah, I think, the two-man game with them is always going to be off basketball or on the basketball, and I think, that does take time to work out, and I think they're starting to get a really good feel about how the coverage that they're seeing is, am I being top blocked? What's that going to mean? Is there an aggressive coverage in the on-ball, or is there a rescreen? And so I think, those relationships are continuing to build throughout our team. But yeah, in key moments, you want to put your two best scoring talents together. And so, we've got to continue to work out whether that results in Chris shooting a three, Jock shooting a three, a post up for Jock. They're all the things that down the stretch of this season, when you really need go-to plays, those two are going to be involved in it.
And we've spoken about the depth all season long. Clearly, you guys, when healthy, are a super deep team, and Butler was out tonight, but you still went 10 deep, and you only get 25 minutes out of Jock and Chris. And maybe the scoreboard is a little bit to do with that. But do you anticipate that rotation is going to shorten, or you are going to want to look to get 30, 31, 32 minutes out of Chris and Jock and those types of players? Do you see that happening as we get towards post-it?
Yeah, it's a really good question. To take advantage of our depth, we believe that playing around 7 minutes straight is a pretty exhausting thing to do. So, at times, can we get a 4 and 3 and a little rest in the middle, or a 4 and 4? But my thoughts on playoff basketball is that always that tightens up a little bit more. But hopefully what we've built over this time is that good trust in everybody, and everybody making key contributions. So, hopefully we can continue to use that depth in the playoff. And I think it's one of our advantages in a 3 or 5 game series that, we have the people that can continue to give the energy defensively and continue to sprint the floor. And it may change from game to game, but in your first question, maybe it tightens up a little bit.
Yeah, just a quick one on Joe, just to check up. I was watching on the broadcast tonight, and they said that he had some dizziness. Do you have any update? He obviously came back and played, but he's okay?
Yeah, he was cleared by our doctor. He's okay. And so, every now and again he gets a little hyped. And once he sits down for a timeout, and it just kind of zaps him a little bit. So, he just had a moment and needed just a little bit of rest, and then he was fine. And I was cautious with him in the second quarter to make sure everything was good. And he played him, without any kind of worries in the second half.
No further questions? Thank you, guys.
Cheers.